America breaking overnight, scare in the air. The rough ride for airline passengers. Dozens injured when this flight encounters severe turbulence.
And there was blood all over.
Passengers tossed around the cabin, pilots limping off the flight.
Destructive storms, tornadoes doing their damage.
It's coming right at us. Oh, wow.
Ripping off roofs and snapping power lines. A tree splitting this house in half while blinding snow hits the Midwest. This storm is on the move this morning.
Jaguar attack. The woman caught in the claws of this giant cat at a zoo. What she was doing when the jaguar pounced.
Whale of a tail, the diver swallowed whole.
Suddenly was inside a whale, kind of looking out.
Caught in the creature's jaws, the incredible moment caught on camera, how he lived to tell the tale.
And Jenny with the rock set to tie the knot with A-Rod. The couple's announcement on social media and the giant sparkler that sealed the deal.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning. I'm kind of excited to hear from the guy who got stuck in the mouth of a whale.
And he can live to tell the tale.
And live to tell the tale. It's biblical. But we got to get right, though, this morning to the breaking news. High anxiety, an emergency landing at JFK Airport right here in New York City.
Nearly 30 passengers injured during that transatlantic flight because of severe turbulence.
ABC's Zachary Keish is at JFK Airport for the latest on this air scare. Zachary, good morning.
Good morning to you as well, Whit. I know you're a frequent flyer. I'm sure you can relate to this on some level. That moment you're on an airplane and the plane starts shaking and you realize you're not in control, but there's a part of you that says things will be okay. Well, on this flight yesterday, things were not okay from Turkey here to JFK.
We are maintaining normal speeds and more than moderate turbulence.
Overnight, the terrifying moment on board this jumbo jet as severe turbulence hit, rocking the more than 300 people on board the flight from Istanbul.
And there was blood all over because it was a lot of people, they hurt big time. I'm talking about they got hurt really big.
Passengers in shock once the plane landed at JFK. This woman's face bloodied, the oxygen mask dangling from overhead. Authorities say dozens were injured. Some rushed to the hospital.
We're going to need a medical assistance on landing, please.
The Turkish Airlines flight was rocked as it traveled over Maine, where a turbulent advisory was in effect.
I really was not believing that we're going to make it.
The violent shaking, frightening passengers, some afraid they wouldn't survive the journey.
I was hoping and praying to God that not my kids to raise without their father.
Once on the ground, rescue crews responding. Pilots limping out and passengers being rolled out on stretchers. Authorities saying most of the injuries were minor bumps and bruises, but one flight attendant suffered a broken leg. All this happened about 45 minutes before landing here at JFK. We're told that 10 people are still in the hospital. Now, the airline's issuing a statement saying that plane was exposed to adverse weather conditions. They checked out the plane for technical issues. It was deemed to be safe and sent out on time on another flight. Eva?
All right, Zachary Keish for us this morning. And breaking overnight, an Ethiopian Airlines flight believed to be carrying 157 people crashing just minutes after taking off from Ethiopia's capital city. The Boeing 737 was headed for Nairobi, Kenya. It's said to have lost contact before coming down. Search and rescue operations are now underway at that crash site. Ethiopia's state broadcast reporting that everyone on board has died. Now, the airline saying 32 Kenyans and 17 Ethiopians are among the dead. No word on whether any Americans were on board.
A disaster overseas. Let's return home now and talk about the severe weather. A powerful storm system spawning severe weather in the south, leaving behind a path of destruction.
Yeah, at least 10 tornadoes reported in 5 different states and in several neighborhoods. Strong winds ripping off roofs, toppling trees. ABC's Stephanie Ramos is in Memphis, right where a massive tree crashed through their home. And Stephanie, we can see the damage right behind you.
Yeah, Dan and Whit, an incredible scene here in Memphis. It rained so much that ground saturation and powerful winds likely caused this massive tree to come crashing down, splitting this house in half. A mother and daughter were home at the time, the mother being rescued out of this living room window. Both of them thankful to be alive this morning.
It's coming right at us. Oh, wow.
This morning, a path of destruction after 10 reported tornadoes devastated parts of the South. The twisters crushing parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. In Louisiana, one confirmed EF1 tornado tearing off the roof of a building, the debris snapping power lines. Apartment buildings torn apart in Walnut, Mississippi.
We heard it about time they said take cover. It just come through and just did a lot of damage.
3 reported tornadoes touching down in Arkansas. Winds estimated to be up to 110 miles per hour. Strong winds in Tennessee, too. 60-mile-per-hour winds causing trees to fall on homes. While you were in your room and you heard the branches and then you realized the tree was crashing down on top of the house, what went through your mind?
Like, what's going on? I'm just shocked.
All of this just 1 week after a tornado outbreak killed 23 people in Alabama. The same storm system bringing up to a foot of snow overnight in parts of the Midwest. In North Dakota, whiteout conditions shutting down major roadways. Slippery roads in Minnesota causing cars to spin out of control. Some even flipping over. More than 170 crashes across the state. Back here in Memphis, you can see where that tree came across on the other side of the house, crushing this family's car. The southern part of the country dealing with their second round of severe weather in just the last week, with peak severe weather season more than a month away. Dan, Eva.
All right, thanks, Stephanie Ramos, for us there in Memphis. And that storm system is on the move. Let's check in with Rob again to see where it's headed next.
Hey, good morning, Eva. That front now approaching the area that got hit with those tornadoes last week at this time. Lee County, thankfully, it's a little bit weaker this time around, at least in the south. Most of the action is up north, and we've got all you want as far as winter weather and wind goes. We have wind advisories as well. On the backside of this, straight line winds yesterday, over 60 miles per hour, so that'll do some damage, especially with the saturated soils, more accumulating snow, and winter weather advisories across the northeast, at least for the next few hours. Sleet, snow mixing in, eventually turning to rain, but a slick go if you are heading out the door the next few hours. Let's check on what's happening. For now, we'll talk more about the next storm coming in just a few minutes. Dan?
Yeah, Rob, with so much going on, we'll be back to you several times throughout the show this morning. Thank you. Meanwhile, we want to go overseas right now because there's another piece of breaking news we're following this morning. This one comes out of the Swedish capital of Stockholm. A bus there erupting in flames, and ABC's Julia McFarlane is covering the story from our London bureau. Julia, what's going on here?
Good morning, Dan. We're getting details coming out of the Swedish capital of Stockholm. This has just broken within the last hour. We're getting dramatic pictures of a bus that has caught fire in the center of the city. Tall columns of smoke emanating from this bus, from this area, that are seen from all over the city. People reporting on social media that they heard a loud explosion and witnessing, seeing tall columns of smoke and fumes. Swedish police say that they are handling this as a road traffic incident. They say that police are on the scene. Emergency services are battling to extinguish the flames, and that they have cordoned off the area to secure it. They have closed off all the remaining traffic near the Central Bridge, the area in central Stockholm where this incident has taken place. They also say that the driver of the bus has been taken in an ambulance to be treated at the hospital. Now, most importantly, police tell us that there are believed to have been no passengers on board that bus. For now, emergency services working to secure the area. We're waiting on more details.
News out of Sweden, one of the most important capitals in Europe. We really appreciate it. We'll be covering this story throughout the morning. Julia McFarlane, thank you.
And certainly encouraging to hear that no passengers are believed to have been on board. We'll stay on top of that throughout the morning. In the meantime, turning to American politics now, and the 2020 presidential race heating up.
President Trump and some top Democratic hopefuls spending the weekend focused on the campaign. ABC White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is in West Palm Beach, where the president is spending the weekend. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Eva. It wasn't just a weekend of golf for President Trump. He's also doing some serious fundraising. As Democrats announce their intentions to run, he's hosting donors for the Republican National Committee's retreat at Mar-a-Lago, raising millions of dollars. An RNC official tells ABC News that they expect to raise $7 million this weekend for the Trump Victory Committee. President Trump is slated to meet with more big money donors again tonight. Meanwhile, Democratic 2020 hopefuls are crisscrossing the country. Kamala Harris made her third trip to South Carolina this weekend, and Bernie Sanders stumped in Iowa. But a handful of Democrats, like Senator Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar, Julian Castro, they descended on Austin, Texas for the South by Southwest Festival, aiming to woo young liberal voters. Texas is not your traditional battleground state, but it has an early primary. And after Beto O'Rourke's narrow loss to Ted Cruz, there's hope among Democrats of turning that red state blue. A Des Moines CNN poll shows Biden, who has yet to announce his candidacy, as the frontrunner among Democratic candidates, with 27% of respondents declaring Biden their first choice for president. 25% chose Bernie Sanders, and just 16% picked Elizabeth Warren. And President Trump at this fundraiser lamented to a big crowd of donors that he shouldn't have attacked Elizabeth Warren so early on with his derogatory Pocahontas nickname, because he thinks she would have been an easy challenger. Dan?
Not apologetic, more of a strategic comment. All right, Tara, thank you very much. Let's bring in ABC's Martha Raddatz, who's in Washington, where she'll be co-hosting This Week later this morning. Martha, good morning. These poll numbers, incredibly early. It's hard to tell what, if anything, they mean. But the numbers out of Iowa show that Joe Biden, the former vice president, is, as of right now, the front runner, I guess, at least it's still within the margin of error, however. But what do we know about how likely Biden is to jump into this thing?
Well, sources tell ABC News that there's a 90% chance he will jump into the race. He says he's in the final stages of deciding, but he also told the New York Times he will not make a decision until April. So we won't know till then, but it certainly looks likely, Dan.
Yeah, these poll numbers probably maybe push it up to 91%. Let's talk foreign affairs for a second, your area of expertise. You have President Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, on the show today, an exclusive one-on-one interview. On a morning when millions of North Koreans are heading to the polls to elect a new legislature, critics say this is a masquerade of democracy in a country where the leader, Kim Jong-un, has absolute power. So given that the last Trump-Kim summit fell apart, where do things stand now in this nuclear standoff between our two countries?
Well, I think it's at a standstill, basically. You'll hear the administration talk about the negotiations could be ongoing. But right now, we're looking at images from North Korea that make it appear that they're going to revive their missile program and possibly launch a test missile or test rocket. That is not a good sign at all. As you said, Dan, too, these elections, these so-called elections for the new legislature, I've been over there in North Korea. Kim Jong-un controls everything over there. So those critics are probably right about what's going on there. But John Bolton has a lot of questions to answer about what exactly will the U.S. do if there is a missile or rocket launch. Do these images really say, look, this could be imminent? Because that would change everything. You've heard the president boast about the fact that they have not tested a missile or a rocket or a nuclear test in over a year, and that has been very good news, but this could take a turn. We'll ask Ambassador Bolton about that.
Yeah, well, we see a reversion to the fire and fury rhetoric. Martha Raddatz, thank you very much. By the way, you can see Martha's exclusive one-on-one interview with the White House National Security Advisor John Bolton later this morning on This Week. Plus, the Powerhouse Roundtable weighs in on the latest on the 2020 race. It's all coming up on This Week right here on ABC.
Dan, want to transition to terrifying moments at a zoo in Arizona.
A woman getting too close to a jaguar suffering serious injuries. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez joins us now with the details. Good morning, Marcy.
Good morning, Eva. One witness describes the moments right after as absolute chaos, saying as the woman yelled for help, a guest at that zoo ran up and had to distract the animal with a water bottle, eventually getting it to let go of the woman's arm. Some of that aftermath was caught on video. This morning, that woman screaming in pain after being attacked by a jaguar at an Arizona zoo is recovering. Zoo officials say the woman crossed over a barrier to take a selfie near the fence of this jaguar's enclosure as the zoo was about to close Saturday. The large cat reaching out, digging one of its claws into her arm. Shocked witnesses and employees at the Wildlife World Zoo Aquarium and Safari Park just outside of Phoenix quickly rushing to help. The park director saying this is the second time this month the female jaguar has swiped at a visitor who crossed a barrier for a photo, stressing that neither attack was the animal's fault.
You observe the barrier. They're there for a good reason. We try to keep everyone safe.
This isn't the only close call recently. In January, a toddler stumbled and fell into a rhino exhibit at a zoo in Florida. The child surviving but suffering several injuries. And the woman in this latest scare, who we're told is in her 30s, was taken to a hospital and treated for injuries officials say are not life-threatening. And zoo officials tell us the jaguar is okay. Guys.
Marcy Gonzalez, thank you. Definitely stay out of the enclosures.
Yeah, I don't feel like we should have to remind people of that, but yes.
Another danger with the selfies. Stay away from the jaguars.
Well, changing gears now to R. Kelly, out of jail after spending a couple of nights behind bars for the second straight weekend.
ABC's Ariel Reshef joins us with what the embattled R&B star and his legal team are now saying after his release again. Ariel, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. R. Kelly is now free from his second stint in jail and in as many weeks, this time for defaulting on child support payments. But his legal battle is far from over. He still faces those 10 charges for criminal sexual misconduct, his attorney firing back.
R. Kelly stepping out of jail, shrouded in a gray hoodie 3 days after a judge ordered him locked up until he could pay 8 months of back child support.
I promise you we're going to straighten all of this stuff out. That's all I can say right now.
More than $160,000 posted Saturday on his behalf. Kelly briefly facing reporters alongside his attorney.
It's open season on R. Kelly. Everybody is now coming forward. Look, there's no money for these people.
It's the latest legal tumult for the embattled singer, recently charged with 10 counts of sexual misconduct and aggravated sexual abuse.
Mr. Kelly, anything you want to say about the allegations?
Kelly pleading not guilty, out on $1 million bond.
If they have the evidence, show it to me and we will address it in court.
But now, new fallout from this fiery CBS News interview.
Fighting for my life. Yo, killing me with this.
Another woman coming forward after seeing the spectacle, saying she's willing to testify about how Kelly allegedly assaulted her when she was just 13. Writing in a statement, he needs to tell the truth and he needs to stop playing the victim. He was the adult and I was the child. Among R. Kelly's defenders, these two women who live with him, Joycelyn Savage and Azriel Clary, claiming their parents spread a false story to get money from the Grammy winner.
They said, oh, I'll put all your naked pictures all over the world. I'm going to ruin you. I'm going to ruin him if he doesn't send $20,000 to this bank account by Monday.
Allegations they fiercely deny.
The dude is a monster. He's not, the things he do to these young ladies is not human. I mean, no man would do that.
Now, Kelly has 2 court dates coming up in the next few weeks. The first slated for this Thursday for that child support issue. The other, March 22nd, for the sexual assault case. If convicted on those 10 counts of sexual misconduct, he faces up to 70 years behind bars.
Much more to come on this case.
Absolutely.
Ariel, thank you very much. Let's switch gears and get back to the weather. Wow, a lot going on in your department this morning. You said not only do we have the storm in the central part of the country, but something new coming out west?
Another one coming down the pipe, so we'll give you a little West Coast love. Already some hail falling in Oakland Hills, California. Check out this video. Pounding off the deck there. That's not good as far as if you want to catch some sun. Folks in California have not seen much of it this winter. What an incredible winter it's been. And another storm now about to dive down just to the west of San Francisco and kind of swing into Southern California. This is a cold core system, so it will bring some mountain snow. Not a ton, but it'll bring low snow levels down to about 2,000–3,000 feet. So the Grapevine up and over the hills there in L.A. will see a little bit of snow, and then springing into the Colorado Rockies and the San Juans as well. And this will be our next severe weather maker come Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Let's check on what's happening weather-wise nationally. Your local forecast right now.
Cloudy and cool to start your Sunday. I'm meteorologist Alex Liggett. Temperatures getting up into the 50s by the time we get towards lunchtime, mid-60s by the afternoon. Check out some of these area high temperatures. 66 Quantico, 69 degrees Fredericksburg, touch cooler the north and west, 62 in Hagerstown, 64 in Annapolis. Now as we go through early next week, temperatures 62 to start the week on Monday, coolest day of next week on Tuesday, 49 degrees, 53 more seasonable on Wednesday.
And after being up for a few hours, I can confirm that I do not like daylight saving time.
I am with
He does.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the extra hour.
I blame you, really. It's all your fault.
It's the cruelest morning of the year for weekend.
We'll get through it
morning
together.
actors. Yeah, we will.
Dan's also bitter because his Uggs got wet this morning.
Yeah.
Walking around
Not the
outside.
shoes to wear.
Yeah.
That is vicious slander.
I did not hear
Vicious
about this.
slander. I'm wearing
Are you wearing